Well, hello everyone. Today I want to talk about developing a burning red hot desire and then taking action. I believe these are some of the foundational ingredients when it comes to creating a success that you want. I always use a reference of a crock pot. I love a crock pot because everything you put in a crock pot done halfway properly is really delicious. It really turns out really, really well, just right. It's very tender. It's to perfection. So I love the crock pot. It's a slow cook, but when you put your ingredients in there, you just have to wait for the light to go off and stir on occasion. I want to talk about burning red hot desire. I remember being in a company called ACN with the mentor Michael Kupis, and he always talked about having a red hot desire. And one of the things that they taught all of us back in 1994 was to talk about one word, what is like desire, and be able to talk about it for an hour. Now, don't worry, we're going to be in and out of here in about 15 minutes, but I want to talk about how to develop that burning, red hot desire and the taking the action steps to make your dreams a reality. So, fueling the fire within. I should have named it this. Fueling the fire within, the power of desire and action. There is power there, but it takes a little bit more than just the word and the power behind the words. It's going to take you. It's going to take each and every one of us to move forward to execute as well. So, I want to talk about the thing that separates the dreamers from the achievers, the wishers from the doers, and the hopeful to the unstoppable. And to become unstoppable, you have to have a burning desire. It has to be very intentional. We all have dreams and we all have ambitions, but why is it that with all the dreams and ambitions we have, only a few people truly succeed? The answer is simple. Desire is not enough all by itself. That desire has to burn so intensely that it fuels a relentless state of action. So, first of all, let's talk about burning desire. What is that? What does that really mean? It's not just wanting something. It's an obsession, a necessity. When you turn your shoulds into your must, a force that refuses to let you sleep at night. You have to have that sense of destiny that gives you that hunger that refuses to be denied. That you can't stop, you can't sleep, you don't rest until you achieve that you want. It's a kind of desire that wakes you up early and keeps you up late at night. Is what keeps you moving, even when you feel like quitting. If you think about some of the most successful people in the world, whether it's Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs, on and on and on, Ray Kroc, oh God, who else? You name them. They weren't just interested in success; they had an insatiable hunger for it. They saw obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. We always say that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at then will change. So, how do you develop this unstoppable force, this unstoppable desire? Number one, write it down. Get a pen. I want to make it clear. Define your why. Your why, if your why is big enough, you will figure out how. Why? The emotional fuel behind your desire. Why do you want this? Why do you want success? What does it mean? What does it mean for your life, your family, your legacy, your purpose in life? The greatest human need is one of significance to know that our life counts. It matters somewhere. But it's just not about us. A friend of mine, a very successful person, once told me that if you cannot duplicate yourself, then your legacy dies with you. And legacy doesn't necessarily mean your children, but it could be the people you touch. If you're a teacher, those children that's taken your word, your encouragement, that accepted your mentorship and your teaching, and went out there and made something of themselves. You had a part of that. So your why needs to be so incredibly powerful that when challenges arise, and they will, you'll push through them because your purpose is greater than your pain. I always tell people that you have to have it in front of you. It has to be a clear, vivid vision. Put it in front of you. Van Gogh said, I dreamed of my painting, and then I painted my dream. Desire by itself is not enough. Desire needs direction. You have a burning desire, but with no direction, wow, you may be walking away from the thing you really want. You know, Paul said, The things that I want are not what I do. I do the things in which I hate. So it's in the human condition, human nature, to sometimes get a desire for some things that are not going to get us to what we truly want. Because if we don't give it our all, or we don't really try, or we don't accept the mentorship, then we feel like we didn't fail. We can't fail if we really don't try. But you need to have that direction. That's why it's important to have a coach, a mentor, a consultant. But you want to get people who are not only achieving the things you want or living the life that you desire, but what type of person are they as well? What type of person? So imagine exactly what your success looks like. Make it clear. Close your eyes and picture it. Imagine. Do you know imagination is the most powerful life force in the arsenal of our being? Be ye not transformed by the renewing of this world. Is that conformity is really the enemy, but imagination is what's created everything. Once upon a time, human race lived in a cave, and the cave was cold, and they've had to find a way to make fire and heat it up. And then the ground was hard, so they had to find a way to get feathers and something soft to put on it. And later it built up, and it became a mattress. And then the neck kind of hurt, so they developed a pillow, something to lay your head on, so you can stay in alignment. And then you had to dress up the cave and begin to scratch paintings in the wall and scratch your art all in the wall. And then the wall was so scribbled up. Well, what if we put it on something else and hang it there? We had to find a way to hang it because before that, you remember you had those pictures just lean on the side of the wall. So you want to imagine with clarity. Use the word imagine because everything that is began with what was not. It's always the thought and then the thing, the mental, the physical, the inner, and then the outer. Where are you right now? What do you see and how does it feel? If you're not getting the feeling you want, then you change what you're looking at. That means make your vision bigger. Make your vision bigger than the problems, the obstacles, the bills, and everything. Make your vision so strong and so powerful that it's so inspiring that it pulls you towards your dreams and your goals. The clearer your vision, the more real it will become in your mind. The mind believes whatever you consistently focus on. Whatever you water is what's going to grow. So don't focus your mind on wishing and wanting. Focus your mind on asking better questions, on seeking to grow and get better and better or gooder and gooder. Okay. But focus your mind on the things you want, not on the things that you don't want, because the subconscious really can't tell the difference. A dream without a plan is merely a wish. So set actionable goals, not non, set non negotiable goals. Let's say that non negotiable. So, number one was define your why. Number two, get clarity in your vision. Clarity is the word. What is the vision? Number three, you set actionable but non negotiable goals, things that you will commit to because a dream without a plan is merely a wish. So, you want to set them clear, make them very specific, break them down into daily and weekly actions. I have a sheet that I give out to my students, and we're going to have it on our webinar challenge as well, where you're going to show you how to break down those goals, how to identify what turns you on the most. And that's something that you can measure and see very quickly where you are, because sometimes we drift. The book Outwitting the Devil, with the notes with Napoleon Hill, massively written by the great Sharon Lecter, who's going to be on our event on April 12th as our keynote speaker for the Limitless for Women event. She talks about the phenomenon of drifting. The devil doesn't stop you because you to drift, because we've been training our own mind to not go for success because it doesn't make sense to work as hard as we do for 40 hours a week for 40 years and still depending on family, friends, and the federal government. Yet 97% of the people in this country, that's exactly what we do. And not because we want to, because we have been trained to. So we must untrain ourselves and to develop an unstoppable work ethic. But success is not about massive once in a while action, massive sometime action. It's about consistent action and daily execution. To do otherwise would it be to put a bag of popcorn in the microwave and you cut it off every 10 seconds. Cut it off every 10 seconds. And cut it off every 10 seconds. And you'll cut it off and cut it on every 10 seconds. And you could do that for a full 24 hours and never get the popcorn. So it's about consistent and daily execution. So develop a work ethic, unstoppable work ethic. A burning desire without action is really a fantasy. You got to be willing to outwork, outthink, outlast, outrun your competition. It means you got to study that competition and you have to have that burning desire to become better. Now, you're not going to be better at first, but you know if you keep going, you will. In the book, The Greatest Salesman by Og Mandino, he talks about taking your axe to the great oak tree. And he says that you hit that tree as hard as you can one time, two times, three times, and the tree does not fall. That is the mindset of a child, of someone, a non intelligent person that think it's going to fall after three whacks. We know it's not. But we get frustrated, which I believe is a self imposed emotion, or we get taken aback, we get worn out, we become disheartened if we don't get what we think we want or start getting traction in the first one, two, or three, or four times. You know, three times of rejection, we're ready to quit on our dreams. That's not a burning red hot desire. You got to have an unstoppable work ethic because discipline beats motivation all day long. You do the thing until you fall in love with it, until you develop a state of click, where it becomes a habit, where your body just starts to act. Then you'll push through discomfort because, after all, that's where the growth happens. A muscle can't build until you break it down. So we have to break down old bad habits by through discipline. We have to break them down by having that work ethic that's unstoppable. Whether you feel like it or not, you do the thing because you have the thing you want in front of you. Destroy all senses of doubt and fear. Leaders never show fear, hurt, doubt, or worry. Doubt is the enemy of desire. It is the total opposite of faith. When you doubt yourself, you hesitate. When you hesitate, you lose momentum, and when you lose momentum, you quit. Heed the story of the man who had figured and planned of all the things that he intended to do. Yet when the time came for him to get in the game, he never put anything through. Oh, he dreamed with a smile of the after a while of all the things he or she would do pretty soon. Oh, they were already at heart, but they never would start. You see, they never could quite get into tune. Yet if they had done, if you had done all the things you begun, you'd be lifted amongst those of fame. But you would not produce, so you were of no use. Good intentions will never win a game. It is easy to dream, to plan and to scheme, and then let dreams drop out of sight. But only the ones who put through what their dreams bring to view will be the ones who will win that fight. So develop an unshakable belief in yourself. If you don't believe in you, then why should someone else? It begins with you. Next, number six would be stay relentless no matter what. Setbacks will happen. You know, I remember I was building my business and I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, putting on prednisone. I gained a lot of weight. I gained over 100 pounds, but I kept going. I was breathing heavy, but I kept going. My hip hurt, back hurt, knee hurt, but I kept going. When I solved that issue, then I was diagnosed with cancer. It was very intense. It was very aggressive, but I kept going. I kept going because I trained myself that no matter comes my way, I keep going. Stay relentless no matter what, because setbacks will happen, failures will come. The question is, will you keep going? There's a song called "Trust You, Lord," that's sung by Donnie McClurkin, and he says, "After the storm, would you believe what I have said? Yeah, I will trust. What seems impossible, will you still believe? Yeah, every challenge that may come, you still can achieve if you trust. It means you got to stay relentless no matter what until you smile at adversity because you know on the other side of adversity is your victory. Rejection, keep going. Don't get caught up if someone says no or they don't enroll with you right now. It's your vision, it's not theirs. You'll get good at enrolling people if you keep going because you get good at what you do often. If you feel like you fail, learn and keep going. Our son plays chess. He says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. Shift it. Shift the meaning because you get to define what things mean to you. And that is what's called being inner directed. Okay? Doubt from others. Prove them wrong and keep going. If people don't believe in you, then be nice. Be polite. Don't take it serious. Don't get a sense of resentment, but make money in their face. So the bottom line is light your fire and take your action because it's desire alone does nothing, but desire combined with relentless action will create the miracles that you see. So I'll leave you with this challenge, with this thought, with this question. What is your burning desire? And more importantly, what are you doing today to make it happen? Because at the end, Success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who burn with desire and act without hesitation. You know, Napoleon Hill wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, and he was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie, who was notably one of the wealthiest people on the planet Earth. And he asked many people to go and write this book. And he said, I'm not going to pay you. You're going to go on your own dime, but I'm going to give you a letter of introduction that will get you in the doors of the most successful, the wealthiest people in the world. You present the letter, and you want to find out, why does one person create the success they dream that others dream of? They can lose it and get it again, lose it and get it again. And the other people live paycheck to paycheck and can't figure it out and quit the first sign of trouble, or maybe the second, the third, or even the fourth time. But what Napoleon Hill didn't know is that he kept a stopwatch in his pocket. He believed in this principle that people who make up their mind quickly change their mind slowly, and people who make up their mind slowly change their mind quickly. He asked a question, and if you did not respond within 1 minute, that he's not doing business with you. Isn't it interesting how you look at corporate America or most businesses? The people who make the most money, the people who get the golden parachutes, the president, the vice presidents, the CEO, the COO, CFO, they're people who make decisions and then they take action. And if you would do that, no matter what you do, no matter whatever your whatever can be, then you'll start succeeding because that's the foundational ingredient to creating the success you want in your life, not just in making money, but in every part of your life. Well, that's all I have for today. Hope I didn't talk your ears off. Forget that burning red heart desire and let's start taking action on our goals and dreams. Remember, your success is someone else's miracle. People are waiting for you, and there's people who've gone on who are rooting for you. Yeah, let's go out there and make it happen today.